afternoon, should I say. Welcome along, everyone. European Tour action returns. Session number 3, and the seeds enter the equation. How are we all today? What's going on? Let me know. What are you up to? Just setting up my laptop and that. But the videos are playing on the screen, which is always good. Morning, Daniel. Anyway, I'll go and grab that in a second. Dan Dawson, there he is. Stood at the top of the walk-on. Put that in there. Let me just go and grab something off the desk. Welcome along, everyone. How are you doing, Bruce from Canada? Hope you are good. Good morning, David. How are we all? First up, it is Ross Smith against Matt Campbell. Just waiting for 100% confirmation, but looks like we've got guests set up for the live lounge Monday. Just waiting for the official seal. So then Ryan Searle against Andrew Gilding. Damon Heta, Mickey Mansell. Danny Noppert takes on Richie Edhouse. Dave Chisnall against Cameron Menzies. Gary Anderson, the Flying Scotsman, enters the equation. He takes on Wessel Nijman. Tough game for Gary. Mike Decker then takes on Ryan Joyce. And then Jan van Veen takes on Daryl Gurney. That's a fabulous session. How are we doing, Antoinette? No, David, it's something that we still want to do. The issue is I've designed a load of stuff, but we can't find the right partner or the right way because we can't hold stock is the issue. We've got nowhere to hold stock. So we need a platform that is going to literally, that we can design it and then people order off them, they do it, bosh, send it out. But that's the issue at the moment, is we found one, but it was ridiculously expensive. Like I wouldn't pay 80 quid for a hoodie, and I wouldn't expect anyone else to. So it's trying to find a balance. So it's still something that we really want to do, but we're just struggling because none of us really have the knowledge and the know-how to do it is the issue. How are we doing, Kelvin? How is New Zealand? Swiss Phil on the stage. Getting down to business. I hope everyone's having a lovely weekend so far. Here comes the Ginger Ninja. Matt Campbell, he's going to have to up his levels from yesterday. Not at the races, but got the job done against Alan Suter, who's had a bit of a doubling disaster. Yeah, I am well rested. Cold here, okay. Mickey Mansell watch party out in force, love that. The Mansell Brigade. Getting ready in full swing. How you doing, mate? Hope you are good. No idea. The PDC don't tell us when the draws are, they just do them. Here comes Smudger. He's gone with the black shirt today. I like that. I do like the black shirt. He's having some selfies on the way down. An absolute elite walk-on. Bit of red light spell danger. Ross Smith loving life up there. That's what I want there. So just sharing some links on social. How are we doing, Richard? I'm good, mate. How are you? Good to have you. Good to have you in. But I'll tell you what I need. I haven't got. That one there. So Smudger has the darts. Yeah, Hugh is all four of the PDC referees are very good, but yeah, I agree that Hugh has developed into a very good official. But I think all the PDC ones are. It's a bit of a sluggish start from both here. Not quite firing on all cylinders just yet. How are we doing, Dave? Good to have you in, buddy. I hope you are well. Although the performance wasn't good yesterday, it was a big result for Matt Campbell in terms of just getting some ranking points on the board. Good stuff, Dave. Good stuff, my friend. Matt Campbell is asking questions here in leg one. That's a setup and a half. The 174 to leave 32 says to Ross Smith 124. What you thinking? What you saying? And it's not going to go. So Matt Campbell for an early break opportunity. Opportunity passed by. Ross Smith doesn't give you too many chances. Ooh, but missing big numbers. He's not in the locker, meaning he may only get a dart at the ball. 15 for ball. Treble for double 10. Treble finds it and then misses double 10. How about me going for Campbell? Yeah, look, Matt Campbell breaks, and look, Matt Campbell fighting to keep his tour card. And some people you say when they lose their tour card, you just have to say, look, they weren't good enough. For Matt Campbell, I don't think that is the case. It is the travel issues, the relentless back and forward across the pond, and so on, that Matt Campbell has the ability to be a top player, in my opinion. Top player. But you've still got to produce. His math is very good as well. Is that Ross Smith going for an all black barrel today? Yeah, no, another change of equipment for Ross Smith that we've seen him. I think the dart is the same. It's just the cosmetics of it. We've seen him use the plain and gold, the plain and black, and this looks like an all blackout dart. $180 may not make a difference if Campbell can take out 116. He's not going to. So the 180 has given Smudger the opportunity. Can he take it? Will he get one? Will he get two darts to level up? That's the question. He's going to get two. Double 10 that he missed in the previous leg. And he's missing doubles again. And Matt Campbell is 2-0 to the good. Afternoon, Nick. I hope you are good. Do you think Smith should be higher? Possibly, but take into consideration this a little bit. That yeah, look, I do think he is a incredible player. But on the tour card race, he's provisionally world number 6. So he's not a million miles away from being right up there. Look, there's a lot of players around him and so on that need work and to do. But Matt Campbell needs something just to get into. Sorry, Ross Smith needs something just to get into Matt Campbell with here. Yeah, I think Ross still has work to do to get into the Premier League. The Premier League is a very tried and tested thing that, although I am fully with you, I want to see new players and so on, but the Premier League is very unforgiving. That to do it for the first time is tough. Even Luke Humphreys and Littler found it tough the first year of doing it and so on. So for new players, the Premier League is an extremely tough animal. I'll tell you what is, Matt Campbell has a double break of throw against Ross Smith. Now, Campbell is only averaging 86 and he finds himself 3-0 up on Smudger. Smudger languishing down at 80. Very un-Ross Smith-like. Terry Jenkins for me. Possibly, possibly not. But again, Dobie is only one good runaway on TV from being in the top 4. So would be an automatic pick. Again, unless something big happens, and look, we're making these assumptions now and we're still 6 months away from the Premier League picks. But I only see maybe two changes from this year's lineup. I don't know, Bob, to be fair. I don't know when Gezi pulled out. Speaking of Mr. Dobie, happy birthday to Hollywood. (4-0) to Matt Campbell. This would be a huge win for Smudger. For Matt Campbell against Smudger. To be fair, I like Let's Get Ready to Rumble. I'm a fan of it. Yeah, 100 Bob. Yeah, MVG will still be in the top 4 come the Worlds. Yeah, he's on course to win this leg as he kicks off with a maximum. But this is a very, very below par performance for Ross Smith. He's played brilliantly recently. Down to 32 and plenty of time this time around. And again, he's giving Campbell chances. He's not going to take out the 1-4-1. Oh, 2 secs. Smudger does have one on the board. Here we go then. This is a big exchange. Campbell on 121. Ross Smith on 124. Big difference. Campbell misses the ball. Ross Smith will not take out 124. Like, just sending it to someone that wanted to see what the setup was like. 25, 9 for double 8. Yeah, it's definitely a blackout dart from Ross Smith. But he's 5-1 behind. So Cross and Dobie's places are up for grabs. Maybe, I wouldn't say definitely those two. If if Chris Dobie or Rob Cross go and win the match play, that dynamic changes. So, look, I know we love to speculate now, but there's so much that could happen as well. And you think a quarter-final at the World Championships is 100 grand this year. That's a massive mover in the rankings. So someone could get to the quarterfinals in the Worlds, pop themselves into the top 4, and then they're instant pick. Will there be a Scottish player in the PL next year? No, there will not, Bob. Well, as it stands right now, there will not. Phil, can you give a shout out to my good old friend? Good luck today, Mark, off charity football match. Hope it all goes really well, my friend. 180 from Ross Smith, but this is on his throw, so doesn't really do him much. And 2-5, but Matt Campbell would find it hard to lose from here, wouldn't he? Who's getting relegated from the... I think the 3 that come up go down. But another maximum for Ross Smith, and this one's on the Campbell darts. Oh, but is it a maximum from Campbell? It is. He counters the Ross Smith maximum. For you, Cross isn't an Asper or a Gezi in terms of marketing wise. So for him to be... Yeah, I think so. I think Rob would have to be in the top 4, yes. Yeah, I fully agree. And I tell you what a victory that is for the Ginger Ninja. He's up the levels from yesterday. It was poor yesterday, but it's a solid enough performance today from him. 6-2 win and averaging 94.5. That's solid from Campbell. What is that? Yeah, he didn't play well. Brad says, do we know the Premier League final viewing figures compared to previous? Not the final, but I don't know. Did you see the... yeah, Ryan Searle plays this evening, I believe. Did you see the post the PDC put out yesterday? So, record breakers. So, it's been the most successful Premier League ever, with 153,000 tickets for the Premier League sold, 15,000 record attendance at the O2, and this won't include the full final details, but up until 6.3 million, Premier League's highest ever reached audience on Sky Sports. So in terms of numbers, the Premier League stacked up. Do you think Gando would ever accept a spot if he would offer the? So, speaking to him, I think he hasn't said yes, by the way, but I think just by his tone, if it was one game a night in the Premier League like it used to be, I think potentially you could talk him into playing. Under the current format, absolutely no chance he would decline it. 100%. Now, do you think the 2026 calendar will be lighter than this season? It certainly won't be lighter. I think there'll be more on it. Yeah, I think it'll be heavier. It's good for Premier League, yes. I know that they were over the moon with the Premier League numbers, that when it beat Europa League football a couple of times and and so on. So yeah, look, it's another record breaking Premier League. Yeah, that's the thing, that the viewing figures and everything backs up the PDC's argument is the thing. No, I don't think there's too much darts. I think the calendar could be balanced a little bit better. I think players have to. I don't think players manage their schedules well enough either. Hopefully it's not heavier. I'm just surmising here. Would I be surprised if there was 15 Euro Tours next year? No. Would I be surprised if there was 36 or 38 Pro Tours? No. Obviously the Grand Slam's being changed next year. I think there will be more. I just think players need to learn to manage their calendars and their schedules better than what they do at the moment. Some do it very well, some don't. It'll go the way of F1. Only people financially stable have to quit jobs fully focused. Possibly. Look, that's something that needs to be looked at. I fully agree. Did you see the Lad Bible? Yeah, I saw that. I saw the clip on social that why wouldn't you want to rumble? In your opinion, PB, would you sack the World Series off? No, I wouldn't, Charlie. But I would streamline the World Series, as in the big boys, the 8 selected Premier League players, don't need to be in every World Series. For me, the World Series, there's a chance to develop these up and coming players, the fringe Premier League players. So, right, at the start of the year, the calendar, we are having 8 World Series events, or 9, or whatever that number is, we are having 8 or 9. Now, you look at the players, like the big draws, the ticket sellers, and I fully appreciate that all the local fans and all the local networks will want Luke Littler, Luke Humphreys and so on, and Gurney Price and everything. But this is where the PDC have to go, no, right, this isn't happening. That for me, you look at it and you break it down and you say, right, you 4 are doing events 1, 3, 5, however you want to do it. You 4 are doing 2, 6, 8. You 2 are doing here, and then you then put your Josh Rocks, your Ryan Searles, your Johnny Claytons, your Mike De Deckers, your Martin Schindlers, your Van Veens, your Nijmans into events to get them experience, get them used to what it's like. That's what I'd do anyway. But look, I'm not a businessman, and look, I'm sure if you said to the Australian networks, like Luke Littler's not coming this year, they're going to have the hump, and I get that side of it. But for me, the World Series has to be balanced better. Commercially, I understand it. Ryan Searle just walking on now, and Andrew Gilding. So I get it, I understand it from that point of view. But for me, there has to be a balance. I hope I haven't gone on too much there, Charlie, but that's what I think. I think people are going to strike. No, they've just got the choice to play or not. A lot of people watch on Fire Sticks. Yeah, but again, I think they're working on technology to stop that. When was the last time? It's been a couple of years since I've been to a Euro Tour. The problem is this is huge for the channel now. Us doing these with you guys is huge. So unless I can find someone to cover this or whatever, then it's hard to do both. But this is so good for our growth for the channel. The Pro Tour watch-alongs and the Euro Tour watch-alongs. This is important for Ryan. So yeah, absolutely. How are we doing, Rob? Good to have you in. Even though it was quite a few. Yeah, what's been the reaction? The word out of touch has been used a lot. And I know there are a lot of players unhappy with it. So it'll be interesting to see. Look, we'd love to do more women's series as well. But the issue is, especially the last 2 years, they've always clashed with something. It was a good performance from Matt Campbell, I agree, and that win puts him back into the green on the tour card race. Keane Barry is getting dangerously close to exiting stage left. The World Championship race, Matt Campbell again. So, an update, yeah, now it's updated. So he's up to 20th. So he's in a very good position. And then the race for the European Championships. Oh, Joe Cullen is now precariously hanging on the exit door. A win for Danny Noppert would bump him up, and Matt Campbell is only a grand behind the European Championships now. So far, it's been fruitful for Matt Campbell. Right, where were we? I don't know, Hayden. I disagree. I think it does. Personally, I really like the women's game. One thing I did agree with Manly was the amount of moaning. To a point, Brad. However, if you're the PDC saying that, granted, but when you're the PDPA, you're there to represent the players. You have to listen to them moan. That's that's your job. You have to listen to them and what do they want, what are they happy with, what are they not happy with. So the moaning and groaning to the PDPA, you shouldn't be moaning about it in my opinion. And I think that if the PDPA listened to the players more, they wouldn't moan so much in public. I think they moan in public because they feel they're not getting listened to. What's going? So we don't know the. We've only kind of worked this out by the prize money breakdown for next year. That it's going to 48 players next year, the Grand Slam. It looks like it's going to be 16 groups of 3. So instantly that says to me the top 16 will be straight into the Grand Slam as the seeds. This isn't confirmed, by the way. This is me just looking at what little bits of breadcrumbs the PDC have given us. Premier League footballs do it, and then possibly, but like, if I've not got an issue. If you're not happy with something, speak up. If you're not being listened to, speak louder. Hempel did an interview where he said basically PDA is basically saying it's a job for the boys. Yeah, I can see why people think that. PDPA should be saying we've heard these complaints. Yeah, that 100%, Rob. That's what I mean. They should be listening to the players, and I don't think they are, which is why the players have got the hump. Do you think next year's Worlds could be... No, I don't think there's any chance of the World Championship going to Saudi Arabia, at least in the next 5 to 8 years. Look, it's never say never, but I don't see that anywhere near in the future. What do you think? I can't remember what it was. I'm not sure if Lendls or any of our amazing stats guys are in the chat room what your projected cut-off is for the World Championship yet. But we'll try and get that for you. Heta probably only needs one more win to get Dortmund. Yeah, I agree. The problem is the PDPA run by retired players, and they're going to think. Yeah, again, good point, Brad. Were you listening to Manley at times? Yeah, look, I disagree. Look, I respect Peter for coming on and saying how he felt. That he didn't use he didn't hide or anything like that. Did I disagree with some of it? Yeah, absolutely, I did. Oh, what has Ryan Searle done? I think he thinks he's hit a single 20 pop tops when it's actually in 20. So Ryan Searle scored 98 instead of 78, finds himself 2-0 down, but I think he doesn't realise is the second dart's in tops. Let's have a look. 18. Yeah, he thinks he doesn't realise that's in tops. And he gets punished for it. Do you think the Worlds could change arena? Yeah, 100%. Look, and unless Ali Pally can sort the structural stuff to the building to make the Great Hall feasible, I think that this year, look, we don't even know if it's at Ali Pally this year. I think it will be, but yeah, could I see it moving soon? 100%. Now, I don't know. I haven't been to the Copper Box or Wembley Arena for a long time, so I don't know what it's like, because it's not just the playing arena; it's the infrastructure around it. So the practice facilities fans village, media area, hospitality, and so on like that. It has to fit all these elements in. Now, this is going to be unpopular. We were obviously at the O2, and we got there a couple of hours early, went and grabbed some food, and so on. The O2 has everything you need for the World Championships. It genuinely does. Look, do I think that they can sell 15,000 out every session at the moment? No, I don't. But in terms of infrastructure and everything that goes with it, the O2 does have everything. All right, James, yeah, it was a terrible miscount. 100%. I love Anderson, I'm Scottish, but I think Wessel wins. It'd be interesting to see what Gary turns up. 23 years ago, the World Cup Day kicked off. Oh my. Yeah, that makes me feel old. 2002, what a World Cup. That Brazilian team. Woohoo! What does Glenn Durrant think currently of players' mentality? I think he understands the players probably more than others on there. Yeah, Jake Searle does have bad eyesight. Could he wear contact lenses? I don't know. I don't know if his eye. I don't know the actual condition of his eyes and so on, whether he can or whether he can't. Don't think the O2 would go for hosting the Worlds. Goes on too long. Yeah, 100%, Rob. I'm not saying that you could book that they'd allow a month of darts there, because that's effectively what it would be. That you'd be looking at starting around the 10th or 11th of December, finishing on the 4th. And you've obviously got a D-rig and rig, so you'd be looking at hiring it for a month. Yeah, I don't know whether you could hire it for a block month, but it has everything there. It has the pubs and restaurants all round. There's room for a massive fans village. All the infrastructure is there. So it does work. Yeah, 100% Charlotte. I'm not saying it would happen. I'm just saying that the O2 has everything to host the World Championships. The Indigo, oh, no, please no. Afternoon, Chris, good to have you in, buddy. I've just cancelled my PDC TV account after this year. This year I've never seen so many withdrawals from top players, let's be honest. I disagree, mate. Look, I love darts. Am I any more put off because Humphreys, Littler and Van Gogh aren't there? Personally, no. But look, each to their own. Do the quarterfinals and beyond. I don't think they'd split. Excuse me. I don't think they'd split it, but could happen. Just leave it Ali Pally and raise the ticket prices. The issue is that they could raise the prices, but they want access for more fans. They want more fans to be able to come to the World Championships, and so on. Big moments here. Gilding 64 for a 4-1 lead. Tops. Big dart here. Is that a lifeline for Ryan Searle? Tops to break back again. And misses. More missed doubles for Ryan Searle. double 10 is pinned 4-1. Yeah, I'm with you, James. We want the top players there. I think that's a bit disrespectful calling it a secondary tour, because all these players have tour cards, and not just tour cards. You look at it, right? So missing is the wild number 1, 2, and 3, 6, 11, 14. You've still got the wild number 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16. There's still a lot of quality there. And it gives those players chance to shine and get themselves up in the rankings and so on. Now, James, this is the issue, that the building work in the Great Hall isn't fit for purpose at the moment. Like, it leaks and so on. So they need to fix. They need to fix the Great Hall to be able to use it. James, I'm 100% with you. I like it. How are we doing, Space Monkey? Hope you are good in Oz, mate. So tied in a 118 from Ryan Searle, but needs to get motoring here. The flashes are not enough, because Gilding, or should I say, thumbs up, maximum. Right, so in trouble. Gilding on course to go within 1. Like I say, 2026 is going to be interesting, because I think we'll see a lot of changes. Yeah, I saw the clip on social. For me, I'm and stay, but only for another year. I know that might sound harsh, but I'd give him another year, and then our beloved can come home. Double 18 for 5-2. Ooh, give Searle an outside chance. Needs a treble. Can't find it. Ooh. Is this going to go? Andrew Gilding has missed 6 starts for 5-2. Is this the turning point? It will be. If he hits double 10, and he's not going to miss again, Gilding. Searle has had his chances and not taken them. What is going on? It's now 9 darts for 5-2. Oh my, what is going on? What is happening here? Silly Darts is back. Madhouse. Oh, double one, last dart for Andrew Gilding. Yeah, I think there'll be more darts next year, Nico. More darts. More darts. Possibly, Brad, possibly, but the problem is if you sack Ange right now, I don't see an obvious candidate who comes in right now. Like I said, Pochettino is the one that I think most Spurs fans want to come home. I certainly do. If you keep Ange, where right now do you think Spurs will finish next season? Well, good question. I think we can finish top 8. We've got good players. Brad, if it was, I think Thomas Frank is a good coach to a certain level, and I think that level is Brentford. And Marco Silva is a dirty little snake that I wouldn't want anywhere near Tottenham. The lack of conviction on that top. I genuinely, I think we can finish top 8. Look, the top sides are just too far adrift financially because the money they make, the Champions League money that they can consistently spend and so on. Look, when you finished 17th this year, if you can then finish top 8 and have another good cup run or win another cup or so on, perhaps, why not? But that's my problem, is I don't see who comes in. When I think Pochettino would be most people's first choice, and we can't get him till next summer. No, Chris, realistically, in my opinion, only right now, as we stand currently, only 2 teams can win the title. How are we doing, Chris? Good to have you in. Would you take Graham Potter? Possibly. I don't dislike Potter, to be fair. Look, a lot of people, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and I stand by it. I know a lot of people don't agree, but I actually like Russell Martin as a coach. I think he's a very good coach. 2 of them I agree with James. Until Arsenal sort their striker issue out, they can't win the title for me. If they bring in a proven goal scorer, they are in that bracket. But without them, no. Chris, you laugh. I think Russell Martin is a great coach. I genuinely do. Ryan Searle has not kicked off this leg in any style whatsoever. Needs it to force a decider. I think it'll be interesting, the SPL next year, depending on what finances Rangers have. In a must-win leg. Well, that's better from Searle. He's kind of rescued it a little bit. Another treble. As you were. Searle needs at least a ton to get to a finish. Gets to the big fish. But Gilding is going to be on something a lot lower. Oh, hello. Hello. Oh, misses the second. So, Gilding 113. Treble 19, not hit. So Ryan Searle is going to get a look at this 65 to send us to a noble. 25 and tops. 2 at tops. Normally his friend. Normally he hits it when he doesn't need it. And we are level. And all of a sudden, there's pressure. Gilding has let the lead slip. Until, it goes back to the whole league though, until they sort out the SPL structurally, not just the SPL, until they sort out the Scottish pyramid, it's never going to change. No, I think the 3 that come up go down again. Ooh, interesting. Ryan Searle is asking questions of the Gilding throw in this decider. Needs a treble though, Searle. Finds one, big dart. Same with Gilding, needs a treble, last dart in hand. But he can't find one. Ryan Searle has effectively taken the darts here. Oh, and then he can find a treble 1. Hasn't punished the mistake from Gilding. Searle has let a massive opportunity slip through his fingers. $164 plays $160. Searle will be gutted here because there was a chance to attack Gilding and he hasn't taken it, and now he's relying on pulling a rabbit from the hat. Not going to go, so Andrew Gilding gets the chance to win it. And It's not going to be. It's a 16 dart hold. Searle will be disappointed that he's not got a dart at a double in 15. He'll be gutted at that. How are we doing, Brock? Good to have you in. I disagree, Chris, that although for football it's bad, the Premier League works perfectly for the clubs that are in it because they get richer. The money, the way the Scottish pyramid is set up, it's carnage for growth. It is absolute carnage. Like that stupid relegation playoff, absolute horseshit. And the same as the split to play each other again. It's just out of touch. The people running the Scottish football are absolutely clueless. It should just be like it is in England. If you finish in the bottom two, you go down. Or bottom three, or whatever it is. Make the SPL bigger. Just realign everything. But you've got idiots running it. There was a really good piece with Chris Sutton on the other day where he was talking about it as well. And I'd say the same about their leagues. Having a playoff to decide whether you go up or go down is ridiculous. If you finish in the bottom two, bottom three, whatever it is, you go down. None of this playing off because it always favours the team in the higher division. They've got more resources. They've got a better playing squad at that time and so on. So it just favours the higher team. It's complete horseshit. Brock, I can assure you it is a genuine person behind Dartwolf. Yeah, Rob, that's the way I look at it. If you're in the top division and you're in a playoff to start, your resources are better than the ones below you. It's effectively a cup tie where can you upset the odds? What do you think, Rex? I'm not sure they'll go up straight away, but the amount of money that Wrexham and Birmingham have at their disposals, within a couple of years they'll be challenging for promotion. Mickey Mansell has the darts against Damon Heta. I don't mind Wrexham personally. I quite like the story behind it. Love that, Dale, love that. Right, pictures are back. We are ready for some action. Who will be the next player to do the Triple Crown in dart? Yeah, look, Littler's obviously one away from it. Oh, then after that, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know on that. That's a good question, Jack. I don't think anyone, apart from Littler, I don't see anyone anytime soon doing it. Which is why it's such an exclusive club. But yeah, that's what I mean, James. Price only has one of the three, and so on. So yeah, I don't see anyone soon. Phil, if your life was on the line and you had to pick a player to hit double 17 with one dart to save you. Probably Humphreys. Yeah, I would like them to categorise the pecking order 100%. That's a nice touch from Damon Heta. Instead of throwing his flame wig into the crowd, he's gone down and picked out a kid and specifically plonked it on his head. Big fan of that. Phil, have you ever been spotted by a fan outside a darts environment? Yeah. Yes, I have. I just hope the Worlds and the Prem prize money stays is for a good. Yeah, look, I don't see it. It can't go up any more from this. Yeah, I agree, James. The rest have to be bumped. I agree. For me, you've got the big three: the Worlds, the Match Play, the Premier League, and then underneath that, you then go the UK Open, the World Grand Prix, the Slam, the Euros, and but here we go. Mickey Mansell getting us underway. Good win for Mickey yesterday over William O'Connor. What's your venue you dislike most at the Big Four in England? What are we talking? Ali Pally, the Winter Gardens, the O2. What fourth are you putting in there, Charlie? Oh, yeah, I'm not a fan of Leicester at all. What's Phil Taylor like to? Yeah, Phil's as good as gold to interview. Like I say, they won't, but I'd like to see the Premier League be elevated like the FedEx Cup is in golf, where you have a race to the Premier League. You pick X amount of events. They can be pro. You can have some Pro Tours in there. You can have some Euro Tours. They're not all TV events. And after the cut-off, whatever the top 8, top 10, top 12, however many players you're picking, that's your Premier League. They won't, for obvious reasons, in case of certain players missing out and so on. But yeah, I'd love the Premier League to look like the FedEx Cup. Cheers, Nico. Yeah, that's what I'd like. I think I like the FedEx Cup the way it's done, and it's something that I think darts could use. Yeah, Tariq, along those lines, yeah. That's the problem, is that if you do a ranking table to get to the Premier League, then the control of who's in totally goes. But it would create drama. It would be good. Phil, how do the PDC majors? The PDC don't call them majors. They're all televised titles or premium televised titles or whatever they are. So yeah, the PDC don't call them majors. I would suggest that the Pro Tours wouldn't go back to Ireland without the Grand Prix, no. Yeah, Brock, we've spoken about this on the live lounge many times. I'd like to see a one-leg 1001 shootout. I don't know why they don't. But I'd like to see it. I'm with you. I've got no idea. I'll ask him. Next time I sit down with him, I'll ask him, is he any good? Damon Heta levels it up. This game, it's a bit weird. Mickey Mansell averaging 102, Damon Heta 77. They are a mile away from each other, but it is 1-1. Maximum for Heta, followed by a maximum from Heta. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Everyone just calm down. Calm down, everyone. Can he? Can he? Oh, he's come inside double 12. Oh, Damon Heta. Remember, he had one at the Worlds. Oh, it was close. Ends up winning it in 11. Grand Slam doesn't feel right for me since I agree, it has lost its way, its identity. Hi Nuts, where can I find the darts on? PDC TV or a UK bookmaker site? Do you think the Premier League needs a revamp for me? In my opinion, Jack, yes, but it's not. It's not going to happen. The Premier League will be the same format next year. Jeff Smith on the CDC shirt, nice. The silencer. Who was the PDC chief executive? That's a good question, Nico. I've never looked, to be fair. I'll try and find out. Who do you think? I'm not massive. I'm a casual tennis fan. Isn't what's his name? Alcaraz good on clay? Oh Christ! Without looking, I don't know. Drop mid. So Damon Heta looking at 10s for 3-1. He's going around the board here. He's made a mess of it. Mickey Mansell pins the 108. Heta missed the chance for 3-1. And now level again at 2-2. My favourite ever tennis player retired, so I don't really follow it as much. I used to love Nadal. I wouldn't say I was a massive fan. I'm not a massive fan of either. Yeah, the best one's 365. How are we doing, Kado? It's good to have you in. Ramsgate, nice. Damon Heta threatening another break here as well. Darts. It's been a good response here from Heta. Yeah, Mike Smith plays, I think it's this evening. But he's definitely there, definitely playing. Yeah, I like cricket. The mighty Hampshire won last night. So Damon Heta's doubling has been what's causing him the issues. But it is 3-2. Who's the best? Well, obviously Hampshire and Hampshire. Yeah, Ross didn't play well today, I agree. To be fair, the new season's only just started, so it's just watching the early start part of the season, who's finding form, who's not. $171 needs 91 for Damon Heta. Looking to go 4-2 in front. His scoring's been really, really good, but his doubling's been way off. Chat room, you have been on fire today as well. Any other bits? Get them in there. What are we talking about next? But this has been good. Mickey Mansell not on a finish. Leaves tops. I think someone's just proposed in the crowd in the Euro Tour like you do. 4-2, Damon Heta. Mickey Mansell just not scoring anywhere near heavy enough right now. He had chances earlier on, but right now not taking it. Again, the setup's good from Heta. While we're on the subject of sport, F1 being mentioned, Lewis Hamilton. Lewis is good at what he does. Like, I'm not an F1 fan, but you can't take it away from him. $87 for 5-2. I think it was James said earlier, a win here pretty much books Heta's spot in Dortmund. Oh, that's interesting on Instagram. Nathan Aspinall is only just getting on his plane to get to Leverkusen. And just the caption, better late than never. Aspinall only just getting on the plane. Damon Heta, 236 points away from a 6-2 victory. Yeah. People just... Joe's account got a load as well. Just idiots. Just absolute idiots. $12 for tops, you would presume here from Mansell. Has to hit. No room to manoeuvre. Doesn't hit, so he's giving Heta a chance at 101 for victory. Doesn't go. So Mickey Mansell will return. This is a break as well, potentially. Coming down. Oh, he's making a mess. He's going around the houses. Damon Heta, double 16. and he has won it. The heat is into the last 16. So Heta advances, and let's just let Dart ranking catch up. Where is Heta? 24. Yeah, he's pretty much. I'd say he's looking good. Yeah, I hope so. I don't know, but I hope he does. Right. Heta safely through. Next game. What are we thinking? Noppert against Edhouse. Noppert has the darts. To be fair, I think Noppert's played okay recently, to be fair to him. Disappointing that I didn't win the Euro Millions last night. So we've got about a minute till pictures return. Should be good. Should be very good. No, not allowed to show the stream itself. Copyrighted content. So, what are we saying? Score predictions then. 6-3 Madhouse. Interesting. 6-3 Richie boy, nice. Look, I think it's going to be a close game. I think it'll be good. Heta's front 9 average of 114 is very, very good. Mickey only around the 90 mark. That's a little bit lower than what he'd like. If it's 2024, then 6-1 Richie, yeah. Not quite hitting those same heights at the moment, but I'm sure he'll get there. Swissville back on the stage. Everyone loves the ferret. Ferreting of the highest order. Danny gets a lot of stick for his walk-on, but I don't mind it. Bit of high hopes. Why not? Edhouse has been inconsistent of late. We've seen some good performances, to be fair, but then where's the darts on? It is in Leverkusen in Germany. The European Tour, ET number 8. Look, all eyes are on the Flying Scotsman this afternoon. And what a game that should be against Wessel Nijman. Just on a break from work for a bit of PB coverage. Nice, Maliki, nice. And Edhouse is on the stage. Time for Noppert. The threes. Roll your R's. The former UK Open champion against the current European champion. I don't mind Noppert's walk on. I like it. Bit of high hopes. Gotta have high hopes for a living. I can't sing for shit. I'd love to be able to. Do you think the English team should walk out to Vindaloo? I think they should walk out to the national anthems. But players are on stage. Practice starts going on. Here we go. As Fabrizio Romano once said. So we are off, we are running. Noppert bangs in a 140 to start. Chisnall, Menzies next, then Anderson. What a session. The Flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson. maximum for Edhouse. First one of this contest. Oh, that snatch that Edhouse has got is horrible now. It's like the normal follow through is fine. There's one that goes, it's like a real short stab of the follow through. Not keen on that at all. But Noppert's throw is under pressure here in leg one. Oh, don't worry, Bob. The Flying Scotsman alarm will be armed and ready to go. Don't worry about that. Kind of forget that Noppy won the UK Open at times, and out of all dartists as well, he's definitely had the best hair transplant. But his throw has been broken. Richie Edhouse, 1-0 to the good. Yeah, I agree that the UK Open win, he's not really kicked on to what I thought he was going to. But Edhouse is averaging 111 through a leg and a half at the moment. He might take this game away from Danny Noppert in the early stages if Noppert doesn't get his foot on the gas quickly. Needs to find something and find something quickly. Edhouse is in cruise control. Absolute cruise control. Has he just opened though? He finds it last start. As I say, he was just giving Noppert a glimmer of an opportunity there. But the door was slammed shut in the end. Danny Noppert just needs a leg on the board, something to build on. Just gain a little bit of traction. But this is good. This is very good from Richie Edhouse at the moment. Remember, he needs victories because he's not a certainty to be defending this title at the moment. Where is he? Yeah, he's just inside the green, but under 2,000. What is he? 1,250 ranking points inside. So he has work to do if he even wants to try and defend this title. I think he's going to be Someone will correct me, but I'm sure the stat I saw the other day, he's going to be the first reigning major champion not to be at the match play. I think that's correct. Look, he could still make it, but he's got a lot to do to get there. But yeah, if he doesn't make it, let's get that back up. Noppert is back in this one. 2-1. Chat room, what are you saying? What are you up to? Come and let me know. Noppert only averaging 90 at the moment. He's going to have to up that because it's not really making a dent. Yeah, I agree. He's played well. He's played really well in this contest. Played very, very well. But Edhouse just cruising this leg, waiting for F1 qualifying, do some housework. I'm not, like I said, I'm not an F1 fan, but look, I appreciate those that are. But 4-4 when he returns. And this time he pins it 3-1 Madhouse. Let's get some flow in the legs a minute. Whoa. There we go, that's better. What are we saying? Can Noppert come back? Or is Edhouse just going to see this one to the conclusion? Just keep Noppert at arm's length. Where is the F1 this weekend? He does, but obviously Bully Boy still has to play today, Bob. Who's the guy that knocked Barney out before? Yesterday, not seen him before. Andreas Harrison. Dirty Harry. Such a good player, Harrison. How he's not got a tour card is beyond me. Because he is sensational. Yeah, he's won at the Super Series as well. Had 9 data at the Super Series. Very talented individual is Andreas. No, Danny's doing okay. Look, I say okay, averaging just a tad under 93. I still expect more from him because of the levels he has. Tops for 2-3 and hits. Yeah, look, Noppert, we know he's got those levels in him where he can comfortably sit around that 98 to 100 mark. But he's going to have to find some pressure. what do you think of young Brooks? He has loads of potential, but we've seen too many forced dawnings of Bradley Brooks, where he loses his card, he gets it back and looks $1 million getting it back, then doesn't kick on. I've seen that too many times. He undoubtedly has the potential, but the consistency levels are no way near enough, and the equipment he uses, I'm not sure it's right for him. And I know that sounds daft, but yesterday, he had to, on 60, he couldn't go 20 tops because he uses a long point, quite a long barrel and a long stem. So they stand, like most darts will go at that, say that angle. Bradley's are at that angle almost. So they stand up so much. So they block too many targets and they look unsteady in the board at sometimes. But they'll hit and then wobble and not sit properly because of the trajectory they're trying to go in the board. And look, he's the pro player, not me. But I'm just looking at the angle of entry and so on, that I don't think the equipment's right. Oh, 100%. 100%. Getting your equipment right is huge. The same as Chizzy. Chizzy made a change. It's probably 2 years now. So Chizzy used to use a regular flight and stem like this, the normal forward ones. And he went to a moulded flight and stem like this. So the moulded flights and stems are very rigid. There's no giving them. So when you're darts in the board with a normal flight and stem, as the next one comes in, if this dart hits a normal flight and stem, there is giving them, and it might deflect it off target, but it will still go in the board. Rolls reverse, if you're hitting this rigid flight and stem, they always end up on the floor. It takes, and that's why I see players that use a moulded flight and stem have more darts on the floor than players that don't. But players play with point length, stem length, barrel length. They're searching for something all the time. Look, does the perfect dart exist? No. But they're searching all the time. Like Gezi. Gezi was trying a new setup the last couple of weeks in the Premier League to see if he could find something more. Look at Phil Taylor. Phil Taylor used to use the knitting needle, used to use a long dart. Then he come back once with his real short torpedo dart. So yeah, equipment is vital. Finding something that works for you. But now Edhouse is cruising to victory. He's averaging 105. We haven't seen these numbers from him for a while. $80 points from a 6-2 victory. See the Scotland flags in the crowd. Misses a match start, but will be back. No maximums for Noppert compared to the 4 of Richie Edhouse. As this time, Tops awaits. Tops is hit. Edhouse moves into the last 16. It's a good performance from him. Danny will be disappointed. Not a good performance from him. Coming up after the break, Dave Chisnall against Cameron Menzies. And Menzies has won the ball. Just looking at that reaction from Edhouse makes me think he is fully aware of his situation in terms of what he needs to do and so on. So, coming up after the break, what are we saying then everyone? Menzies or Chisnall? The Chizzy Rascal or the Maverick Scotsman? Menzies 6-3, nice. So, about a minute and a half to go, folks. So, is it just me or is Chizzy's 2020 James Wade? Possibly. Is William O'Connor the #1 reserve for all? Not all Euro Tours, Bob, no. They obviously do qualifiers in like blocks of 2 and so on. So yeah, not everyone, no. Pictures are back. We are ready to go. So, 4 games down, 4 to go. Chisnall, Menzies, Gary Anderson, the #9 seed, taking on Wessel Nijman. Mike De Decker against Ryan Joyce, and finishing the session, the #16 seed, Jan van Veen against Daryl Gurney. apparently Storm is on the way. Interesting. Storm in Leverkusen, Teresa? Or a Storm in the UK? Load this one up. Forgot I didn't have on one of my screens. Sweet Caroline at the end of the session is here. What's that? Is that different to yesterday's? Or I just No, sorry, it's the same as yesterday. I just called it the wrong bit. What do you think of Menzies? Has the talent to be an incredible dart player, but probably needs a little bit of help in sorting that out. Well, now he's dancing like he's in Pop World. And Swiss Phil. Mr. Brzezinski. Against Cheesy Dave Chisnall. Who dances better, hair or men's? He's certainly got talent, yeah. Afternoon, mate. Hope you are good. Nah, they're all going to this Euro trash, whatever it is. More often than not, the latter. So we are ready to rock and roll. This should be a good game though, to be fair. I'm looking forward to this. So, Chizzy has been inconsistent recently. And again, that snatchy, stabby action, when it's on, Menzies has spilt water all over his his table's like a lake. Lake Menzies is on the stage. Everyone should copy the Chizzy throw. Ugh. Absolutely not. Menzies down to a finish first on throw here. Chisnall is not out of the blocks at all yet. The Chizzy rascal has work to do. Menzies looking at 108 for the opener. It's not going to go, but Chisnall not on a finish. 227. Can't take that out in 3, pal. So Menzies will return for 51. The normal MO is 19 for double 16. That's his chosen way. And he hits 1-0 to the Maverick Scotsman. Chisnall only averaging 74 in that first leg. He needs to up that quite considerably. $180. Didn't take long for Chizzy to get off and running on the maximum count. Again, players that need a new shirt, Dave Chisnall. That one has been around too long. Is there any nice... I don't mind the Scott Williams one, Stuart. I don't mind Chizzy. He's just been around too long. He needs a freshen up. Yeah, agreed. Gary, I love Gary to bits, but he needs a new one as well. We've said this before. Dart players should change their shirt every 2 years. Not going to say it. You all know. Every 2 years there should be new attire. One Chisnall levels up. Yes, they should, Lendl. There should be a home and away shirt. Too many people wear red and black at the same time. I'm still a fan of the button shirt. Yeah, I don't dislike it. Lendl, I'm glad you're in actually. Have you got a projected cut-off for the World Championship yet? In terms of cash? Chizzy asking a few questions here of the Menzies throw. They've had a leg to settle into it and have a look at each other's game, and now Chisnall is making a move. Maximum required from Menzies. It's not going to go. I like the Dennis Priestley shirt. Yeah, back in the day I didn't mind the Dennis shirt, but I just think now too many players, the shirts are too similar. So it should be one of you has to change. No dramas, mate. We were just trying to work out roughly what it's going to be. Chizzy is going to get a look at this 99 to break. Tricky little shot though, 99. It's not a gimme. Treble or single first. Tops, tops. There's one. There's two. The Chizzy rascal takes out the tricky little 99 with tops, tops. I think out of those extra 32 places, 8 will go to the Pro Tour Order of Merit, I think. One on the floor won't help Menzies. Punished by Chisnall. Chizzy's just going along nicely here. Back-to-back maxes, but shame he didn't start the leg with them. But 3-1 on the cards here. Tops missed for Chisnall, but he will be back. Menzies not on a finish. Chizzy finds tops. It's been his friend so far in this contest. 3 legs won, and he's hit 4 tops to do it. Who's your George Noble is the best by a million miles for me. The greatest of all time. Chizzy just outscoring Menzies at the moment. Not to the levels that Chizzy would expect to, but he's just doing enough here at the moment. It's been decent enough so far. And picks out a couple of wrong ones. Always plenty of Lucozade and protein on offer on the long days, always. But Chizzy, nothing he can do here. Menzies is going to get a look at the 64. It looks like Damon Heta has gone out into the crowd and given one of the fans his shirt he was wearing. It's a nice touch. I like that. Menzies does hit to just stop that little 3-leg blitz. Here's one for you, Phil. Full breakfast. It doesn't have to be a traditional items, but you can pick 4 things for you. Only 4? Nah, the perfect cooked breakfast. Sausage, square sausage, bacon, scrambled eggs, black pudding, hash browns, mushrooms, loads of beans and toast. Perfect breakfast. All your calories in one meal, but it's the perfect breakfast. Yeah, but if you're only picking 4, it's not the perfect breakfast. But if you could only pick 4, it wouldn't... I'm not a fried slice fan myself. Tops again for Chisnall. This time he's missed it. Does he rescue on 10s? He does. Oh, would you rather eat all you've mentioned in a smoothie or drink cold pint? The smoothie, definitely. I'll tell you what else I do like is just plain simple beans and scrambled egg on toast. Oh, mint. Dave Chisnall, 128. Oh, I'm not a Marmite fan. Oh, that's brilliant. Brilliant from Chizzy. One of my absolute go-tos, but I can't eat a lot of it because it's calorie stacked. Is crunchy peanut butter on toast, butter, and then peanut butter on top. Oh, bacon well done. Yeah, crunchy peanut butter on toast is elite. Calorie packed, but elite. Semolina on toast. Not. Chizzy is just. I'll say he was under a bit of pressure until he found the maximum. Chizzy has made a mess. So Menzies is going to get the chance to break back. Menzies has just gone about his business here and he's upped his average to a ton. Will Gob? Probably not. I would think and hope, and it should be Owen Binks. Crispy bacon is rank. Wash your mouth out, Teresa. Wash your mouth out. What is eating habits of a player that you thought was a bit? This is the easiest thing ever. It's a Dutch thing, and Lendl, I know you're based in Rotterdam. You might be able to shed light on this. Is when they go for breakfast and they cover their toast in sugar. Ugh. Menzies has put a bullets on here. It's fabulous from Menzies. I live in the Netherlands. Actually, yeah, the sugar on toast bit, I have never understood. Is it not fried toast? No, the ones that I saw, it's just normal toast. They just plaster it with sugar. Chocolate sprinkles on bread. Ever heard? No, never heard of it. Tops for Menzies. Misses but will return. Only 2 items that you were putting on a roll. See, depends what mood I'm in. I love a tuna mayo roll, chicken and bacon. Love a corned beef roll. Yeah, rolls. It all depends on what mood I'm in. There's no set recipe for that. Cameron Menzies from 4-2 down, 3 on the spin, moves within 1 of victory. This has been good. Bread, not toast, butter, coconuts. Ugh, nah. Yeah, the last 3 legs he has been unreal. He has, one on the floor won't help him there, but he has put literally a little blitz on. Oh, hot food. Easy. Sausage and bacon. Maximum from Chisnall. Are we going to a noble? The decider is on. Yeah, the chizzy throw is so... Oh, sausage and spam, that's different. Cinnamon sugar on peanut butter on toast. That's different, Mike. I've not heard that one. I'm loving the different combinations that people have. I tell you though, afterwards, I really want some beans and scrambled egg on toast now. What's everyone's favourite way of having eggs? Tops to send us all the way. 10s. It doesn't matter. Menzies not on a finish. Pressure applied, but it may not matter. Double 10 now, and hits. We are going all the way to scrambled egg, cheese and spring onion. Yeah, don't mind that. Scrambled egg or poached egg, my favourite. Menzies has the darts in the decider and kicks off with a maximum. Dave Chisnall may not be able to physically win the game. Menzies is now eyeing a 9. He's now not eyeing a 9, but he's still in a very good position. Needs a treble though. Can't find one. That just offers some hope for Chisnall. A 140 gets him back into the tie. Back-to-back trebleless visits for Menzies. Has undone the 180. Menzies 206. It can't be 3. It might be 3. It is 3 trebleless visits in a row. And from the perfect start to an ultimate collapse here from Menzies. Chizzy down to 108. Menzies has blown this. Absolutely. Are they both using the same table now as well? Because there's water all over Menzies. Dart incoming for Chisnall. Is he going to steal it? Match dart missed. Lifeline for Menzies. Double 16. Double 8. Hits. Cameron Menzies has beaten the Chizzy rascal. Dave Chisnall is out. It should have been easier in that deciding leg. But 3 visits on the bounce without a treble, and Chizzy almost missed. He almost hit the double going for the single. It was almost a disaster. But in the end, Menzies steps in, comes inside double 16 and pops the double 8. It's good from Menzies. Right, back to the chat room. You lot are smashing it. Endell, fish is an amazing... I'm a fish. Starter side main rice for Indians. Depends what mood I'm in. My Indian order changes. I haven't got a set thing. The only thing I do, I'll always have Bombay aloo. Love it. But my actual dishes change depending on what mood I'm in. Wessel has won the ball against Gary Anderson. However, for the first time this weekend, step back from the platform because your express train approaching platform 1 is the Flying Scotsman. Gary Anderson is on the way. Lendl, speaking of like Mediterranean, paella is amazing. Right. Paella is elite, I agree. I think you're overlooking Wessel a little bit there, buddy. Wessel is more than capable. I agree Gary's favourite, but Wessel is a handful. But when in Portugal, try the codfish, potatoes, cream, cheese. I like the sound of that. That sounds lush. I can get behind that. I have it 63. Yeah, possibly. I think the fact that Wessel's played up there gives him a little bit as well. The fact that he knows conditions. But yeah, I think I'd probably say 60-40 Gary. Fingers crossed, I will be seeing Gary next Sunday. Mr. Brzezinski. So, remember Gary had an absolute belter of a game against Jan van Veen a few weeks ago. So, I like Wessel's approach, where it's so focused on that walk-on. He knows what he has to do. He's going to have to bring his A game against the Flying Scotsman in Leverkusen. Spice it up a bit, but I'm going to give you 2 of each. The Dream Start, Dream Main, Dream Dessert. Dream Starter is some kind of prawns. Dream Main, I'm probably going, I don't know, it's tough. I really like Thai food as well. Like, mind you, I do like chili squid as well. 2 starters would be chili squid and some kind of prawn dish. Yeah, calamari, yeah. Mains would be something like a Thai special fried rice, duck fried rice, with maybe maybe like a chili sea bass or something like that, and then flip the coin. Can you beat good old bangers and mash? It's right up there. Lobster's nice, yeah. I don't dislike lobster. Right, we are underway. Strap yourselves in, everyone. Wessel kicking us off. 2 treble visit. Nice. Right, let's check the Anderson equipment. Make sure that we haven't got anything new from him. Here we go. Gary Anderson. You just feel that Wessel needs to stay in this one. No, same dart for Gary, no changes for him. Yeah, I'll have the footy on the iPad. Gary, down to the big fish. Is it time to go fishing, Gary? He'd say it's always fishing time. Not going to find it though, so Wessel will get a look at 67 to take the opener on throw. $18 for double 16 would be his normal route, Wessel Nijman. He's come inside, he's give Gary a chance at the 73. Tops. Anderson misses. He's had a chance to break Wessel, couldn't take it. Big dart this. Massive dart for Wessel Nijman. Last dart in hand. He needed that. Did not want to give Gary 3 in hand at tops for a break. Composed himself well there, Wessel. Two places you want to visit in the... Two places I want to... Machu Picchu, Peru. And... I really want to go on safari in Africa. Whether that be South Africa, Tanzania, something along those lines. Anderson in control here on his own throw. 1-2-1. Doesn't need to go for the ball. I think he's just teed up double 16 there. I hope he has. We'll see it in a second. Either that or it's an exceedingly good leave. And it is 1-1. Gary Anderson is just starting to purr along. But Wessel is going with him here. But the disparity in the averages is huge at the moment. Anderson, 102. Wessel, 89. But Wessel keeping him at bay. This is good from Wessel, under pressure here. It's a good last start to leave 71. Gary 227. How handy can he leave this? The Flying Scotsman. Not very is the word. Can't even get to a finish. And Wessel is 2-1 in front. Gary, good leg on throw, then a bit of an iffy one. Needs a treble here, finds one. Gary, but at some point to win, he's going to have to break the Nijman throw. It's all right hitting maximums on your own. When you haven't got the darts, you need to find something. Another max, maybe, Gary? 180. 41. Wessel not in the same neighbourhood here. And Gary tidies it up 2-2. This game is just starting to catch light here. Gary's average over the ton mark yet again. This is brilliant from the Flying Scotsman. Only a 60 from Wessel. That opens the door to Anderson. Is this the opportunity he was looking for? Wessel's winning legs 18 and 16. Gary's 14 and 12. Now the old treble one, Gary. Not what the doctor ordered, but it gets you to a finish on the Wessel Nijman throw. Nijman needs trebles. That's a good reply, but he's still got to watch Gary attack his throw. 43, tops. Oh, magical. I'll tell you what. I'm trying not to picture it. I'm trying not to get excited. But I genuinely think Gary's going to win a TV tournament this year. How good would it be if Gary rocks up at the match play at the hallowed Winter Gardens and hoists that trophy high? But he's done the hard work and he's broken Wessel. But this start of this leg has been an absolute disaster, and Wessel has effectively taken the darts back here. Gary's seeded Lendl, so he can't, thank God. But yeah, it would be a disaster. Wessel's going to get a look to break the Anderson throw here. Anderson needs trebles. And he's not going to get to a finish. So Wessel has 6 to break straight back. It's a birthday present for Wessel Nijman. Wessel cannot pass this up. He had his throw broken in brutal fashion. Oh, that last start is huge from Wessel. It's 3-all. He needed that, Wessel. It was good. Under pressure. He's answered questions, Wessel Nijman. Has he got the temperament? Has he got the bottle? The first time he was questioned, he has. Now, has the internet gone down? No, we're back. Looks like, has PDC TV crashed? Or is it just this browser? What's going on here? Either way, Wessel is level. That's the important bit. Now, maybe it's my computer that's froze. Can you, wait a minute, let me switch to my laptop a second. Need to work out, can you guys still hear me? Just in the... Yes, we can hear you. That's fine. For some reason, something has thrown a wobbler, but it's still fine. Might be Chrome. At least I can still... I can watch it there, that's fine. Gary needs to hit here. And misses. Wessel can lead once more here. This is a huge moment. Oh, no, it's all, yeah, it's sprung back into life. Gary Anderson punishes the mistake. Once more, he leads. It's a breaker throw. Oh, Bazza from EastEnders. I think they'll get him back at Ali Pally this year as well. Yeah, he did get away with that leg. I think they'll get Barry back this year because it went down so well. Oof. Again, Gary still averaging 102 here. So what are you saying, chat room? I know I might look at it a bit blinkered and a bit biased. Do you think Gary's going to win a TV tournament this year? Gary, 104 for a 5-3 lead. Leaves 24. It's not a stretch at all. I think he will win one. No. Yes, one. I hope so. But Wessel's punt, look. Again, Gary cannot take the chance. Wessel to break straight back. Gary has missed the chance. Gone round the houses. And Wessel, 8-8, to break straight back. And does. Wessel is just holding on here. Look, Gary Anderson has been the better player. But Wessel has punished every mistake Gary has made. One on the floor won't help Wessel. It's an interesting little passage of play here. Gary needs another gear, needs to find something. He's in this leg. But Wessel is firing back. He's down to a finish first. Anderson should start 19s and does. He's down to the champagne shot, but Wessel gets first look at 144. This would put Wessel one away. Double 12 to be one away. Oh, he's gone outside. It was double 12. They got Gary in all kinds of trouble in the last leg. And he's not going to get a look at the ball. So Wessel to lead once more. And go 5-4 in front with 2 to play. Massive dart. This is massive. Oh, how many times in this contest has Wessel found a double last dart in hand? It's got to be 3 or 4. Under pressure, Wessel has delivered here. This would be a big scalp for Nijman. But Anderson, he'll look back to leg 8. He missed 4 to go 5-3 up. That was the turning point if he doesn't win the game. That was the one. I believe it was on Thursday. Gezi in his semi-final versus Littler only had one. No, actually, Gezi missed darts to go 7-3 up. And that was the moment I think he got away from him. 7-3, I don't think Littler comes back. But Anderson now needs just to tie again. The setup's not great. He's inviting pressure from Nijman here. 2 trebles and Gary's in trouble. Gary's in trouble. And because the setup play only to leave 1-2-6 wasn't great. Bullseye! He says Wessel can't take this out. But it was the setup play that got Gary in trouble here. And now Nijman to win it. .66. Bullseye. He misses a match dart. He's had a chance to beat Anderson. Will he live to regret it? Oh my. Gary, what have you done? Wessel Nijman to send Gary Anderson home. 4-4. Is it another last dart rescue job? This time he's missed. 3 match darts to beat. The legendary Gary Anderson have come and they have gone. But Gary can't hit a double. This time, Wessel, you've already missed 3. He does not miss again. Nijman beats Anderson. The Flying Scotsman is out. Look, Gary had chances, can only blame himself for that one. The Decker against Joyce. Coming next. The Decker has won the darts. No, I'm good now. I'm good. I'm just replying to someone's message. I'm good. I am very good. So, coming up next, the Decker against Joyce again. Big for Joyce this. Right. So 2 games to go, including this one. The Decker against Joyce, and then Van Veen against Gurney. What a session it's been. So, in terms of why this is big for Ryan Joyce, a win would put him temporarily above Pietrezco and would put him over the 70k mark in terms of ranking points. It would also put more distance between himself and Barney. So, big game. But look, the Decker has been hit and miss. When he's been on, he's been very good. But the consistency levels haven't been there for the Decker. But 2 games to go. No, he wasn't. Would he have been in mine? Yes. But did he do enough to get in? He'd have been in mine. I'd have had the Decker in personally. but then didn't do himself any favours in his approach after he was left out. How we doing, Darren Posty? Hope you're good, mate. Not sure it was proven correct, Chris. We'll never know because he hasn't competed. He could have made the playoffs. We don't know. But Joyce is on stage. And here comes the real deal, Mike De Decker. Just a couple of bits, Chris. One, just because they made the final doesn't prove the decision was right. Because for me, I know there's nothing against them. I fully understand the commercial reasons why Gezi and Nathan were in. I get it. But across the season, they were both... Did either one of them do enough? Just on performances, by the way. The other side, the other ticking boxes is another argument. And it's one that I fully understand as well. But from a playing point of view, did they do enough? Arguably not. Now, as well, did Dobie do enough? Questionable. He had a good World Championship, but did he do enough? I don't know. Did De Decker warrant it over him, perhaps? Maybe. He still won a TV tournament, Chris. It's the same argument as Spurs had a better season than Arsenal. Winning means more. It is the thing. For me, De Decker, I'd have had De Decker in there because it opens up that Belgian market. We're going to Belgium next year. 100%, and you could have argued I'd have had one of them in there. It's which one you pick, and out of those winners on TV, De Decker ticks more boxes than Dimmy and Edhouse. To leave 3 TV winners out sends out the wrong message. For me. De Decker's more in touch with the fans. The fans don't like Dimitri, is the issue. And look, I know hindsight's a wonderful thing, but what's happened to Dimitri this year, we obviously didn't know that at the time. But for me, De Decker is more likeable, has more about him than Dimitri. So out of those out of those 3, to leave them all out was wrong. I understand why others were in. No, Chris, you'd be amazed. It's not just idiots. There's a lot of people that don't like Dimitri's antics on stage. As a person, I like Dimitri, but I can't watch him play darts. Chris, I've met him loads. I've been for dinner with him. As a person, I like him. Can I stand watching him play? No. Which is why Edhouse gets the shot over me. De Decker gets the shot over Dimitri for me. Decker 1-0 to the good. Yeah, for me, Dimitri on the hockey needs to work out who he is. All this calming himself down, slowing down is not going to get him invited to anything. Because then he's in the case of slow, boring, no one wants to watch. On Aspen Gezi performances this year's Premier League, do they deserve a spot in next year's? Your opinion? They need to climb the rankings. They're both dropping down the rankings. Will they be in the equation 100%? But have they done enough right now? Questionable. He is a better player when he plays fast, Chris, but he continues slowing stuff down, and let's be fair, he does do it deliberately. The match play final, he played Gary Anderson like a fiddle, and in the UK Open final he did the same against Luke. Everyone could see what he did. So at that point it becomes bordering gamesmanship. Can Dimitri win another major? Yeah, of course he can. He's got an incredible ceiling to him, but he's obviously in this rebuilding phase and it's going to take a lot. Ryan Joyce with a 101 to level up at 1-1, 2 holds of throw. In the two big finals Chris he's won, it's antics. The match play and the UK Open, we all watched it with our own eyes. Anyone can go and watch it back. Chris, I haven't said I disagree with gamesmanship. I'm just saying he knows what he was doing. And when you are unpopular, as he was then, fans turn against you. Fans are not going to turn against Taylor and Bristow for doing it. If you're popular, you get away with more. If you're not liked, you get hammered. Gezi did, and he's still paying the price to this day. What are we, 5 years on from that, 6 years on from that incident? And people never let him forget it to this day. $7 in November, yeah. And Gezi is still paying the price for it to this day. Missed by De Decker. So Ryan Joyce has a chance to break here. It'll be 13 for double 16. And pins. Yeah, I think Bunting gets another go. Gary put his hands on Gezi, nothing happened. Gezi screamed. Chris, you obviously don't know the whole truth and the ins and outs, and it shows you how you can beat the DRA because Gary got lawyers involved. He went armed, not on his own, just writing this, writing that, going to hearing on his own. Gary took a brief and legal letters and basically shut the DRA down. The Decker will be kicking himself. I'm not saying you can, but you can fight the system. How many people have we seen go to court and everyone knows they're guilty, but because they've got a good lawyer gets away with it? Same thing with the DRA. Go in there armed, shut them down. The Decker is going to leave this very handy. But like I say, just going back to Dimitri, if you're popular and you've got a huge fan base, you can get away with it. When you haven't, you're going to get hammered. And the Decker levels it up, tidy, pop, pop, from the real deal, treble 18, double 12. Because, like, take Gary, because he's popular, he could do anything on stage and he'd never get booed. Yeah, it's building that thing, that building the fans to like you. And unfortunately, Dimitri turned the fans the other way. Darryl Pilgrim can beat Peter Wright, yeah? No, I disagree. I class myself as a proper dart fan. And I think, and I'm not behind Dimmy's antics. Double 18 for the Decker to lead once more. And pins double 9, 3-2, the real deal leads. You're only seeing it from your point of view, Chris. And I'm not saying that's wrong, because everyone has the entitlement to see it how they want. But you're seeing it from your point of view, which is fine. I will have the football on the iPad tonight, mate, yes. While streaming along with you guys. I think Inter Milan win. To be fair, I don't mind either team winning. I think it's a good story either way. But I think Inter win. Dimitri is due to be back at the World Cup. take Ryan Joyce for one example, the most entertaining. One of the most entertaining players, going with... not sure on that one, Chris, either. I think Ryan Joyce would be like Andrew Gilding, could win a major and not be picked. But going back to the original point, I think I'd have had the Decker in over Dobie personally. I get the Aspinall and Price picks. The Decker averaging 95, it's solid enough here. The Decker leaves 36. Joyce not in the same neighbourhood. I use Sport Radar. If you want something similar, if you go to the PDC website, click on their live score page, there's something similar to this. And the Decker leads once more. 4-3, the real deal leads. Do you think Casimir Kynan is the greatest finished dart player? I'm not sure male, certainly female, yeah. Look, Vinakainen is a, again, tough watch because of the pace, but superb. I'll say Yanni Harvisto was decent. Women's World Cup. Don't think there's enough at the moment, but growing. So, what's Dimitri defending at the World Cup? So, this year he's defending peanuts, Dimitri. He's only defending 71k. So, if you're having a year, or if you're having difficulties, it's not the end of the world. Next year he's defending 68% of all of his money. So that's tough. So at the match play this year, he's only defending 15 grand, so it's not a lot. The biggest amount of money Dimitri's, he's defending nothing. 15 at the Worlds, 10 at the Players, 7.5 at the Europeans. So yeah, he's not actually defending a lot, Dimitri. But next year he's defending a king's ransom in terms of what he's earned. And Ryan Joyce is just leaving the door open for the match play. He never misses double 16 or double 8, and he was miles away. And De Decker is now one away from victory. Could work, yeah. Joey Tenberg. But it looks like Joyce's race is run. And that is all she wrote. The Decker averages a ton in a 6-3 win. Joyce only down at 88. Disappointing from Joyce. Delightful from De Decker. Last game of the session. Jan van Veen against Daryl Gurney. So, De Decker moves into the last 16 tomorrow. Theo, we know that Mike De Decker is a great player. Well, Jake Jones getting through Q School was one of the most random ones ever. I agree. So, 3 minutes till the last game of the session. What are we saying, everyone? Gurney has won the ball. Don't know, Gurney played well yesterday. But ready to rock and roll. I can tell you who they'll play. 2 seconds. Not that. Where am I going on here? There. Right, what are we? Leverkusen. So we'll go there. Right. I want to see who Smith and Heta can play. Right, so Smith and Heta are both in the bottom half, and if Michael Smith wins, he plays Damon Heta. Dobie is in the top half. He plays Gilding next if he beats Springer. Plays Gilding, then he'll play, then he's in the same little section as Aspinall, Brooks, Schindler, Pietrezco. Right, 5 seconds. Then pictures are back. Right. Van Veen, Gurney. Let's do this. Because they're PDC Europe sell them. So they're PDC Europe merch. If you look on the PDC Europe website, they might even be on there. So here we go, final game. Do we think Heta can win a title soon? He has the ability to, no question. Consistency's been the issue, Jordan, that he struggled to put enough good games together back to back. It's like good game, then he'll throw in an iffy one. If he can get rid of that, yes, but he needs to eradicate those. So, Super Chin on stage. So here we go, Van Veen time. Van Veen. I say, I know that they're definitely PDC Europe merch. So, get him ready. Right, last game of the session. It's going to be good. Just ask Dobie to get you some. So we are ready to go, which is good. Van Veen needs a little bit of a run, you feel? Gurney starts trebleless, which will not help his cause here, but Van Veen is piling in. 180. Some start for Van Veen. We've got 5 deep. We've already missed a 9 today. Damon Heta missing double 12 earlier on. But the Gurney throw is under the cosh here in leg 1. That is for sure. To be fair, it's a little unfair on Gurney. What did he play? Last night and then on in the afternoon today. Cheeky little 11 dart leg for Van Veen. But Gurney needs to fire back. Does not want to let Van Veen get 3 legs and so in front and then try and chase him down. Right now it's Van Veen asking all the questions. Oh, excuse me. There's me Lucozade. There. Gurney down to a finish first here. But Van Veen leaves 80. And you would expect to get a go. And will, so 80 for 2-0. But Gurney is sat on tops waiting. Waiting. And he's going to get a look at it. Van Veen misses tops. And Gurney levels up 1-all. 2 legs, 2 breaks of throw. Advantage back to Super Chin. Just a bit of an up and down contest so far. No treble, just lets Gurney back in because he was threatening to take control of this leg. Two, 4-4. Gurney looking to set up and set it up to Sun Tune. Leaves 104. Van Veen, this is one that's definitely got away at the moment. He backs a 140 of his own. Gurney needs a treble, finds it, double 12. Super Chin with a 104, leads 2-1. Van Veen had a chance to go 2-0 up. Couldn't take it, and now he trails 2-1. Still averaging 105, doing a lot right. But Gurney leads. And Gurney's threatening here. He's threatening the Van Veen throw. He has taken the darts away. 3-1 is staring Gurney here. No, Gary lost 6-4. Clinical from Daryl Gurney. He is 3-1 up. This one, again, the averages are still good. Van Veen 101, Gurney 105. Nothing wrong with this at all. Here for Daryl Gurney. Cherry Pepsi Max and pineapple juice and lemonade. Rock and roll me. Which players has played the best this afternoon? Who played the best? Matt Campbell was solid. Heta and Edhouse, to be fair, they've all played well, to be fair. All the winners have played well. Made it back without getting better. No, Scott, nice. Gurney. Yeah, Van Veen's not going to take out the 140, so Daryl Gurney is going to get a look at 80 for a 4-1 lead. Super Chin is on fire. The average goes up to 109. He's 4 from 4 on the outer ring. Just back home to find out Gary's been beaten. However, the charity event was a success. Nice, mate. Nice, good stuff. We like charity events. Well done to all involved. Super stuff. Van Veen. He won the first leg against the throw, but since then it has been 4 unanswered legs for Daryl Gurney. Van Veen needs something to give him some inspiration. Double 16 and he will return. Just wonder if Super Chin can just apply a bit of pressure and to say, what do you like under pressure, pal? I'm good. Are you? A ton to leave 116. Van Veen went, I'm fine, mate. I'm fine. I've got this. 2-4. Is it a max or is it not? It is for Van Veen. 180. Gurney would like another treble there. Doesn't find one, so the door is just open here for Van Veen. Another treble would be nice. The averages, Gurney averaging 108, Van Veen 105. Carry on, gents. This is a little bit good. What can Van Veen leave from 187? Gurney sat on 161. It's a finish. It's a tough finish. But the setup's not great from Van Veen. There's no treble involved. Can only get to 130. I think he's a couple of levels below world title level. I think he's a level away from being in that bracket with a few of the others. I don't think he's world title level yet. Gurney, it's a cheeky little pop 62, and now Van Veen will have to win 4 legs on the spin. But when you've got your opponent averaging 107, that's a tough thing to do. 2 things have to happen here. Gurney has to collapse and Van Veen has to press the turbocharge button. He has to up that average from 105 to 110, 115 against someone that is just not missing. Big visit here, and Gurney might be getting the job done in this leg. Another treble to leave the fish. Can't hit it, but he's still there or thereabouts. How low can Van Veen leave this? Another treble, can't find it. So now it really is all or nothing. This 146 is probably going to have to go because Gurney is sat on 66 to book his place in the last 16. It's on. It's on. Oh, misses double 16. It would have been brilliant from Gian, but 2 match starts for Gurney. The finishing has been incredible. The finishing is perfect. He is 6 from 6 on the outer ring. It is a doubling masterclass from Daryl Gurney. 107.2 average, 3 maximums, a high of 104, and as I said a minute ago, 6 from 6. Flawless from Super Chin. Absolutely flawless. What a session it has been, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you the afternoon session. Remember, we will return live at 6 p.m. for a bumper evening session on the European Tour. So head off, grab some food, do whatever you need to do. But before you go, make sure you are subscribed and you've turned that notification bell on so you know the moment we are live for this evening's session. But I've been Phil Bars, we have been Online Darts, and we'll see you in a few hours' time.